Hari Om, dear seekers of truth. This fleeting world dazzles us with variety, drawing us outward. But what is the true purpose of our birth? Today's Pravachan guides us to look beyond appearances and embrace the one eternal reality, Brahman. Let us pause, reflect, and realign our life with the goal of Paramartha, union with the divine. May this satsang awaken our hearts to our highest calling. The feeling of disunion with Brahman, or the ultimate reality, is the cause of pain, while happiness and bliss result from the realization of identity with Brahman. If we live in the conviction of this identity or unity, we shall always be in enduring bliss. The world appears manifold, but basically it is one and the same stuff. Paramartha, or the attempt to realize this fundamental unity, is unidirectional, and it is on this that we should focus our attention. To desist from mental involvement in life is Paramartha. It calls for abandonment of all upadhi, so that even I or myself as a separate entity has no existence. Prapancha, arising as it does from a feeling of duality or separateness, is bound to appear multitudinous. Unless and until we recognize the true aim of human life, Prapancha persists as our goal. As a matter of fact, man comprises not merely the body but also the mind, and therefore he must strive for both the physical and spiritual goals. But the real, ultimate goal of human life is realization of identity between all creation and the cosmic soul. So far as physical worldly life is concerned, a sense of duality is essential for any sense of happiness. Consequently, in our transition from the present conviction of reality of material things to the realization of Paramartha, the Manasa Puja, or mental worship, presupposes the duality God and I. It is with this duality that we have to begin. Until Paramartha is assimilated in our flesh and blood, it is desirable to reinforce our sadhana with appropriate reading. We have to see what we must do to keep the mind fastened to God. Prapancha carried out with only a material outlook fails to yield the expected fruit. The remedy advocated by saints is to supplement it by nama-smarana. We are, however, deterred from it by our pride and our wisdom. Who creates this ego? Its small, almost imperceptible seed exists dormant in ourselves. It sprouts as desire for popular esteem. What the saints suggest for countering it is to be in nama-smarana, and simultaneously to suppress the urge for sensual pleasures. Reverses and obstacles in life should remind us that the aim of human life is to realize God, to take us closer to God. So instead of getting scared by them, we should apply ourselves to nama more seriously. To understand how deeply one can live the truth of Paramartha, we need look no further than Saint Narsi Mehta, the 15th century saint poet of Gujarat. Born into a conservative Brahmin family, Narsi Mehta was drawn early to the inner world. While others pursued rituals and social honor, he immersed himself in bhakti, chanting the divine name of Shri Krishna, often losing himself in ecstatic devotion. Once, due to poverty and his disregard for worldly duties, Narsi was publicly humiliated. The villagers mocked him for neglecting his caste customs and for composing songs that uplifted even those considered untouchables. But Narsi was unmoved. He saw no difference between man and man, because he saw no separation between man and God. For him, Sab Mein Hari Vasat Hai, God dwells in all. His timeless bhajan, Vaishnava Janto, describes the one who sees all beings as his own, free of ego, always immersed in service and nama. So, on one occasion, when his daughter's wedding was on the verge of collapse due to lack of funds, Narsi turned only to Shri Krishna, trusting completely in the Lord's grace. And then, quite miraculously, the wedding was saved. And you know, it is believed that Krishna himself came disguised as a wealthy merchant to provide everything needed. This was not just a miracle. It was really the fruit of Narsi Mehta's complete surrender, his life lived solely for Paramartha, not Prapancha. His bhakti was not bound by religion, ritual, or recognition. It was like a river flowing towards the sea of oneness. Through Narsi's life, we see that when we give up ego and fix the mind on God, even the hardships of worldly life become fuel for inner awakening. Beloved seekers, let us ask ourselves, are we living for the eternal or the ever-changing? Paramartha is not a rejection of life. It is the essence of life. Let us do our worldly duties with a mind anchored in God and heart soaked in Nama. This very moment, we can step towards the Supreme, with humility, with devotion, and with longing. May Saint Narsi Mehta's life inspire us to make Paramartha our true goal.